The Coffin of Andy and Leyley. We are going through the entire story lore. I know nothing about this, aside from the fact that the creator got doxxed for it, and apparently there's a whole incest plot line in there, which obviously is awesome and badass and so based and very American, and I believe in the American spirit. I eat freedom eagles and commit tax fraud, so I know a thing or two about being an American, okay? So let's see what this is all about. I literally know nothing, and I'm always interested in learning about new random shit. So let's see what we got here, and let's try not to get canceled.
The story begins with Ashley, or better known as Leyley, asking her...
Why do I just not name her Leyley? Okay, alright. Not gonna...
Andrew,
I'm not gonna stop every second to ask pointless questions, okay?
aka Andy, to help her with a mysterious task which he is clearly reluctant of. Despite his reluctance, Ashley pushes him to...
If you ever want to manipulate someone into doing anything and they say no, just realize they're a tsundere and try again.
Help her, with Andrew protesting that this task involves Ashley's friend, implying she will be placed in harm's way. Either way, Ashley is
putting friends in harm's way? That's what family's all about! This is so cringe.
Very persistent, which seemingly leads to Andy complying with her.
Oh my god, dude. They're siblings. This isn't some sort of incest plot point route, okay? It looks like it's the whole freaking game!
With the nature of the task being veiled seems to have happened when Ashley and Andrew were kids, being accordingly called Leyley and Andy as kids, which leads to the current time with Ashley exploring the house trying to search for some food. It appears they are
trying to search for some food? What the hell is this supposed to be about? I am so confused. This is a video game?
Are locked in, as she mentions the doors have been locked for months when
This is just like a child abuse simulator. I've lived this. I don't need to freaking... I don't need to watch it and play it.
Ashley finally finds a can of tomatoes and subsequently takes it to Andy's room to share it. Andy shows no enthusiasm eating the tomato, saying he had it on purpose as it's the last thing they have left. Regardless, he gives in to Ashley's temptation and gives her the green light to cook them. As Ashley goes...
Why is that so terrifying? Why is giving the green light to cook food so, like, scary? Also, the art style's phenomenal.
To cook them, she hears loud bangs on Nux with a person shouting on the other side of the door, simply known as the warden.
Bro, wait, what? Where is this taking place? In a prison?
Checking on Ashley and Andrew if they're still alive, clearly aware of them being trapped there with barely any food, yet not willing.
What is even going on that got them into this situation, bro?
Willing to help them. The warden, despite asking if they're still alive, doesn't seem interested whether they would be dead or not, just saying he doesn't bring food to dead people, with the last food delivery seemingly not being delivered due to a mix-up. The situation seems dire and...
China during COVID? No shot, it's not that. This is just, so far, the vibes I'm getting is that it's needlessly dark, but knowing the amount of hype that this actually got on the internet, it has to be more than that.
Dying, uncertain if they would actually survive, with the dilemma that they're in, seeming as if they are kidnapped and locked in an unkempt place under mysterious reasons. The warden...
Yeah, alright, so it's just incredibly overly creepy in the very, very beginning, I guess.
Then quickly leaves with Ashley having no other choice but...
You boil the canned tomatoes to make delicious boiled canned tomatoes. Literally me, before there was a female in my life.
But to cook the can of tomatoes. Ashley explains how they are barely surviving to the point of starvation as she overdrinks to satiate her hunger. Just as they viciously attack their plates of...
The only thing in the scene with actual color is the tomatoes. That's... a very interesting choice.
Tomatoes, loud ominous music plays, coming from the next door neighbor. The duo take the balcony key and go to their balcony, which reveals that they are in a block of apartments. Setting a wood plank to cross over to their neighbor's balcony, they peek through the window to see their neighbor rocking a black...
Okay. Wow, this took a major twist. Oh my lord. Okay, so let me get this straight. Lore is they're living in a house. They're locked in their room. They're forced to barely eat. They go to the next room and, oh, their neighbor's performing a satanic ritual, I guess.
Robe and performing cultist rituals, hence explaining the ominous nature of the music.
With the music playing on the little boombox on the side. Oh my god.
The neighbor seems to be calling to demons for some advice, which
based. I do that all the time. Calling to demons, literally so fucking awesome.
Makes Ashley and Andrew feel uneasy, going back to their apartment, dismissing it as the neighbor's hobby. They decide to watch
me when my neighbor is an actual Satanist. Ha! He has such weird hobbies.
TV as it's the schedule for the TV
It's like, I actually love the aesthetic of it, honestly. I know it's edgy and stuff, but dude, I love that aesthetic.
having signals only at certain times when an announcement reports on the
They are sitting together very casually. Like, very casually.
tainted water, which has led to more than 53 deaths. It soon revealed that the people have been kept in their apartment for quarantine.
Okay, so they're here on quarantine, meaning not that they actually commit a crime per se, more like they're likely at risk of infecting other people.
As they have been exposed to water. The quarantine reveals to be for another 2 weeks until the authority ensures the disease is fully contained and controlled. This explains why Ashley and Andrew have been stuck in their apartment, but it doesn't explain why the warden didn't care much about them, and he even treated their well-being very lightly. The scene suddenly...
This is some sort of creepy world where something went on and they need to be locked in their house. And it's cringe. Like, no actual danger, just annoying. Right, this is China during COVID.
Changes to a flashback where their mother leaves Andrew and Ashley in the same apartment, which is in a much better condition, in order to go to a hotel with them, mentioning that they will be reunited very soon, joining them until after something is done. Soon.
Bro, so the parents just left them there, say we'll be back soon, and just left them there for weeks.
It's shown that a nurse visited their house, taking their blood sample for testing if they are contaminated by the water, explaining if their blood test comes back clean. They
Dude, I love the art style so much. It's so good.
would be free to go and come as they wish.
Come!
But if not, they will be trapped in the apartment. It's clear what happens next, with the blood test being implied to have shown contamination. Being young and not familiar how to manage, Ashley constantly calls her mother, who with no explanation left them to go to a hotel, who shows reluctance to communicate with Ashley any longer, denying Ashley's claims that they are being treated badly and that they are underfed to the...
I wonder if this is like real, or this is like some sort of delusion going on in the minds of these children. Like, is this like a childish delusion that they're trapped there and their parents are gone for like a really extended period of time? Because that's how kids feel when their parents leave for even a day.
Point of starvation. It seems as if the mother wants nothing to do with them anymore. In the middle of the night, Ashley decides to clean, not letting the intrusive thoughts get the better of her. As she starts cleaning, she faints due to extreme hunger, reawakening.
Oh my god, this is horrible.
Shortly after, with Andrew taking care of her, making
Did he pick her unconscious body up, drag her to the couch, and rest her head on him and just watch TV? Average sibling relationship, am I right?
her lie down next to him on the couch, watching some more TV announcements. The announcement confirms that there has been supply shortage, but as of recently, they have solved that problem.
It's not fair that they're this cute, okay? It's not fair. I know, I get it. I'm sorry. I know why this got so much hate.
So they should have supply sometime soon. The announcement in a passive-aggressive tone explains that any contact with family or friends in the quarantine department are highly prohibited, punishable by death, which could explain why the mother refused to talk with Ashley any longer.
Okay.
After some-
Punishable by death? Did I hear that right? What the dystopian clusterfuck am I looking at, bro?
After some time, the phone starts ringing, with Ashley not having the energy to stand up to get it.
Bro, this is so twisted. What is even going on?
Instead, Andrew gets to the phone, with Ashley barely understanding what's happening, just noticing whoever is on the other side of the line is irritated and loud, which makes Andrew very uncomfortable and defeated, with the line suddenly dropping. It turns out it was Andrew's girlfriend who broke up with him, seemingly because of the
No!
uncertainty of what will
Is he Ashley like, recently single?
happen to the parasite-infected quarantined individuals.
What a fucking bitch of a girlfriend. She just, wait, huh? She dumped him because he got infected by a thing and needs to be quarantined for a bit? So she dumped him? That's awful. Oh my lord.
Authorities and how serious they are about the infection. As they sleep the night away, awakening the next day, they notice a lady from their building being taken into an ambulance who doesn't seem to be moving. Knowing the authorities don't care about them, as they refuse to bring them food and refuse to even help.
Dude, actually insane. Why is the authorities not giving them food? Like, do they want them? Is this like ethically killing them? Is this just ethical murder?
Especially when she passed out with Andrew calling. They ponder if she had died due to hunger, especially as so many people on their balconies shout for help and some food, being treated similarly to Ashley and Andrew. As days pass with Ashley phasing in and out, sleeping the days or fainting, she awakens one day.
Dude, this is actually so sad. Bro, I'm like actually just so saddened by all of this.
To the loud bangs of Andy hitting the door, trying to knock the door down, even though it seems it has been barred and reinforced.
Dude, this is just two siblings stuck in a house for months, barely any food. It's horrible. They're covered in garbage. What is even going on? This isn't life. This is survival.
On the outside, that's when the voice of the warden can be heard, threatening them that they won't get any food tonight.
They say, get us food. He says, if you bang, we won't give you food. And he says, you're not giving us food anyway.
If they continue banging, as if they ever get food, with it almost being weeks going without food. Andrew, not wanting to risk the chance, stops banging in hopes of the delivery taking place today.
Could you imagine the mental anguish and torture of not being fed, but then they tell you, don't worry, food's coming tonight, food's coming tonight, and you're not fed. And if they say food's coming tonight, don't worry, you're doing community service by staying in your house. Don't worry, you're not allowed to leave. Food's coming tonight. And then it doesn't come again. And then they say, oh hey, start banging, where's the food? If you bang, you won't get food. This is like a life cycle of anguish. This is like how life keeps promising you bright futures, and then every door you open and every future you find is just another darkness. But you gotta keep your minds about things. You gotta keep trying your best, because maybe tomorrow will be good.
As they wait, being hopeful, of course, nothing gets delivered, with the warden manipulating them and keeping them by the threat of not getting food and the reward of getting some, completely dismissing basic human rights, threatening the infected people like rabid rodents. It's clear there's more to the story than shows, as they would show symptoms
obviously, we're seeing this from the perspective of these people that don't really know much, I guess.
Already with healthcare professionals visiting them to monitor them, but they don't have enough energy to think anymore, with the loud music being even more unbearable.
They're just here, they're not getting food, the warden's a bitch, their parents left him, his girlfriend dumped him, she's passing out all the time, the neighbor is trying to perform satanic rituals to summon demons. What is even happening?
It's when they hear a loud roar, which makes their curiosity get the better of them, going to the neighbor's balcony to check on what's going on. As they peek, they see a demonic entity actually—
oh my god! He summoned a demon!
Which the neighbor regards to as his lord. It becomes clear that the neighbor relied on demonic rituals to save himself from starvation and being trapped, as he asks the demon to be let out. As he has nothing to offer, the demon accepts his request, but in return takes his life, which
oh god!
Momentarily clouds—
well, average demon moment. It's like praying to the Greek gods. It's like, oh Zeus, can you please do me a favor and allow me to have a child? And then Zeus, the Lord of Lightning, is like, yes, sure, but it will involve me fucking your wife. It's like, oh, why would you do this, Zeus, Lord of Lightning?
Ashley and Andrew's vision, with only the lifeless body of their neighbor staying behind. Shocked and horrified, Ashley and Andrew, in fear and panic, double-check to see if what they saw was real, not being delirious due to the extreme hunger. But soon, this concern transformed—
at some point, you have to wonder if anything is real. At that state of mind and state of being, you don't know what's going on at all—
into curiosity and hopes, as they start thinking, as the neighbor is dead now, they can loot his apartment.
Ooh, burglary time! Bro, why the frick is Leyley so unhinged? A demon ate her neighbor's soul, and she is just vibing and thriving.
As they rummage through the place, they find nothing edible when they stare at the corpse, mesmerized, as if—
oh god, there is one thing that's edible.
Their thoughts speak loudly when they plan on eating the corpse, with it seeming very appetizing at this point of starvation.
Oh my god, that's awful.
With only concern they have being caught, with no one believing them a demonic entity killed the neighbor and not them. They use a cleaver knife and get to business, letting their—
I did not think that this was what this game was about at all. I thought it was just some weird like rom-com type game with brother and sister, and the brother's an edgelord and the sister's a psycho, and no, this is very, very vivid. Oh my god, no wonder why the Twitter people are losing their shit.
or survival take over. As Ashley takes care of the arms, she gets to find some plastic bags to cover up what they're doing, as they would be exposed going through the balcony.
Oh my
Ashley comes
God,
across a book
dude.
titled Demon Summoning for Dummies, which reveals
Demon summoning for dummies. Listen, I've tried demon summoning for dummies. It doesn't really work that well. Listen, I've tried it so many times and it's never worked.
the neighbor was not in fact a cultist, but an ordinary individual who turned to seek help from demonic entities and desperation. Andrew and Ashley placed the severed body parts in the plastic bags, which barely
Dude, look at her just vibing.
contained
Well, she's just so happy with like the little twinkles around literal bags of human body parts.
them, taking them back to their apartment to finally eat and
Bro, she's unhinged. Look, at least I know why the internet likes her so much.
survive at least for several more days. Finally eat and survive at least for several more days. Being shockingly unfazed about what they did, Ashley
Bro, why is she vibing so hard? Oh, God.
cooks gleefully as if
God, listen, I want someone that's passionate about what they do. Passionate women are peak. That's all that I have to say.
it is completely normal. On the other hand, Andrew looks clearly uncomfortable, retching while eating, which strangely offends Ashley, who pressures him
Oh, but you're offending my cooking? Women moment. Oh, I'm joking. That was a joke, obviously.
to eat. Fully content,
Oh
Ashley
my God, bro. Dude, this is awful.
goes to sleep, not seeming affected by what they just did at all, as a matter of fact looking like she's never been better before. That's when she has flashbacks of her childhood and Andrew's, talking about a friend of hers who said to her that she had a crush on Andrew. In a weird
Oh, backstory time. Very cute.
and uncomfortable manner which might appear as childish talk, Ashley mentions how no one can steal her brother from her, being jealous, saying how she will accordingly punish the supposed friend.
Yes, she really is full on yandere. Like, I was memeing about it, but she is full on yandere. Oh my God, bro. Her friend has a crush on him, so she's gonna go punish her? Bro. Ah, why are they siblings?
Soon revealed to be the same flashback that was shown in the beginning of the game, with Ashley talking Andrew into luring his friend into an abandoned warehouse and locking her in for the night, all because
Oh my God, she's crazy.
she had a crush on Andrew. Andrew, appearing as he didn't have the mind of his own, easily manipulated by Ashley, shows reluctance but eventually agrees to this cruel plan. As they fool the friend to play hide and seek with them, Ashley tricks the friend into going inside a rusty box which she
Oh my fucking God, she's unhinged. She's evil. She's This is Princess Bubblegum, except without the crack cocaine filling that Adventure Time is all about.
sets on, rushing Andrew to bar the opening so she won't be able to get out. As the friend learns about their cruel plan, she starts coughing vigorously, saying how the dust is affecting her asthma, making her struggle to breathe.
Oh my
Andrew
God.
refuses to lock the box, demanding Ashley to get off to let the friend out, but instead she manipulates Andy by playing the victim card, saying how the
You'll believe her over me. Oh my God, she's crazy.
friend is popular and well-liked compared to her, starting to cry and making Andrew
Oh my God, this is manipulation 101. Oh my God. Still would, absolutely.
and the friend, saying that she prefers the friend. This makes a young and stupid Andrew take
Prove it, liar.
the sister's side and bend to her demands, locking the poor friend in, whom Ashley is severely jealous of. They leave
Bro, we can fix her. I'm just saying, she's fixable. I can fix her.
the friend locked in the box, saying that they will come back for her the next day. The flashback
Dude,
comes
she
to an
out here straight up makes Harley Quinn look normal.
end with Ashley and Andrew back to their current conundrum. Andrew is seen struggling to sleep due to the immense guilt he feels for eating the flesh of a human being, while Ashley is completely
She reminds you of high school bullies? She's not a high school bully. She's so much worse. Hot take, I think manipulative people are more difficult than like egotistical douchebags. Like, she's actually mentally unstable, not just an egophile.
unaffected, rationalizing with Andrew why they shouldn't feel guilty as they didn't kill the guy, fully unapologetic as
Honestly, she's right. Eating the guy, that's just based. Dude, your guys are dying of hunger. Dude's dead anyway. Honestly, just based.
If what they did doesn't bear any ethical weight.
It's true. It's ethically fine. I completely agree. Leyley is just based for this.
To reason with Andrew, Ashley breaks down how they are being treated like the worst criminals, even though they are the...
Okay, what the fuck is that scene? Why are they in bed together?
The shady water company neglects the filtering process, supplying unaware residents with parasite-infested water. Then they lock them in for months, starving them and not tending to their needs. That's when Andrew breaks down, explaining the grisly details of how he had to fit the remainder of the corpse in the freezer, displaying how
Oh God, that's awful. Oh God, dude, just putting the rest of the corpse in the freezer.
traumatizing it truly was. That's when Ashley tries to calm Andrew and keeps calling him.
This is so wild. Why would they... Is this actually an incest game? Everyone was telling me, it's like, bro, you have to learn about the lore for the incest game. And I'm like, bro, it's not an incest game, please.
Andy, a name he was called when he was a kid, which he doesn't like. Ashley acts very inappropriately with Andrew here, making weird insinuations and jokes of how romantic it is that they are together in this coffin of a house and
She crazy, bro. She crazy.
will probably be together when they die, which Andrew clearly doesn't like and feel comfortable about. The next day, Andrew and Ashley go to their deceased neighbor's apartment to find a way out. They consider summoning the demon to ask it if
True. Ashley will just summon the demon and have it kill Andrew. Easy, easy.
to let them out. That's when the warden knocks on the door,
Oh my God, that scared the crap out of me.
being suspicious that the neighbor has died. Audibly being annoyed that he has to report this, he mentions on his walkie-talkie that he was
Dude's upset he has to report it?
as if this entire quarantine is a hoax, with the authorities performing some sort of a cruel experiment on the unaware individuals. They hear the warden moan about having to check on the neighbor, but he explains he would do his round beforehand. That gives Ashley and Andrew some time to mop
Dude, all the blood spots and the freaking Satan circles. Holy shit.
the floor of any blood and get rid of any evidence before the
Dude,
warden.
they put it in his own freezer. So I wonder what this is all actually about. This obviously is more than just, so there is metaphysical aspects to this tale, like with the whole demon summoning shit.
Warden enters. As Ashley barely manages to clean the blood, she hides in the closet, but the warden quickly finds her. Just as he's about
Oh my God, dude. Oh, that's awful. He finds her anyway.
to question Ashley, she
kills
feels blood all over her when the warden's body drops to the floor with Andrew standing behind him with the
Honestly, that's just self-defense. These people are starving them to death. I like, ethically, fucking kill that asshole.
when the warden's body drops to the floor with Andrew standing behind him with the bloodied cleaver knife.
Holy... Why is she so... Like, dude, that's not just, wow, thanks, bro, for saving me. That's, wow, that's hot.
Extending his hand to Ashley, referring to her
Oh, he is so chill about it. Oh, he's just like, oh, yeah, another day, another cleaver victim.
as Leyley, her childhood name, knowing that they are in big trouble now.
So the story is called The Coffin of Andrew and Leyley. That's actually so deep. The house that they're living in, that they're trapped in for seemingly ever without food or water, that is the coffin. And it's of Andy and Leyley, not of Andrew and Ashley, because they devolve into their childhood partner in crime. This game's fucking awesome.
With no excuse saving them from persecution, they intend to go on the run, never to contact any family or friends, as none helped them when they were stuck. They take the warden's key and open the door, noticing how all the doors are in fact barricaded from the outside. They soon notice a piece of note attached to each door, with their door having a mark of 2 type ABs.
That's so wild. So the doors aren't just locked, they're barricaded. You will not get out. And they have just marks on all of them. And
The doors have type O
what the?
and type A and B. This clearly shows when the warden talked about the neighbor just being type B, he referred to the importance of each individual, with the notes being CREEPS. Of course, blood type O- is the most beneficial, as they can donate to each blood type.
Oh my fucking god. I'm like, you know that moment where you're just watching something and everything's casual and then like a realization just clicks in your brain? Are they literally trying to have some sort of ethical way to harvest organs? I told you the word harvest never sounds good, ever!
Finally! The harvest can commence.
Harvest is not a good word, and it's called harvesting organs, guys. They are literally trapping them in some sort of ethical excuse to trap them in a way where, oopsie, food didn't come, oopsie, water didn't come, in a way that they will actually have no choice but to die of hunger, so the warden could check them when they die to go in and harvest their organs and blood. The family went to a hotel because the family's complicit in all of this. Well, that is dark as shit. Holy crap. People are upset about this for incest? Dude, this just goes to show the insane double standard of people on fucking Twitter. People try to cancel shows like Goblin Slayer because there's sexual violence, but they have no problem about the actual murder everywhere.
While AB can only donate to AB, being known as the universal recipient. Therefore, the warden didn't care much for the siblings as their blood wasn't that beneficial. This was also true for the neighbor, who was just blood type B. So it seems whoever had blood type O received the most care as they could extract their blood, meaning this entire quarantine was a hoax to use people against.
This is like when your entire worldview comes crashing down around you. You thought that there was a quarantine because of a disease, but it was a totally different thing that was completely out of your power to ever understand.
Their well. A note on the fridge of the warden's office confirms this, as it reads from a specific time onwards, type ABs won't be offered any more supplies, explaining how the residents' blood and organ.
Like obviously it was on purpose that they weren't getting food, but that's just too obvious. That's too upfront.
Are being extracted, with AB being the least compatible with donation, therefore the least cared for. The notes also at times have a cross over them, which might be an indication of the person's being dead inside.
Well, if they were dead inside, why would there be a bar blocking the door? I feel like putting a bar to lock the door with an X on it, that seems a little too much. I don't know.
Times have a cross over them, which might be an indication of the person's being dead inside. The siblings acquire a key to room 302, which is the only open and unbarricaded door. They go in to be only surprised by the resident wanting to stay in when they offer her a way out. She explains that she's being well fed here, having variety of foods, while she can play all that she wants.
So this lady is kept in a dream world, basically. She never needs to touch grass again. Dude, this lady is it's just her.
Oh man, you're gonna love it up here, Susan. There's all sorts of wonders topside. Ah! Ah!
That's the lazy lady. That's her.
The siblings, surprised and confused, leave the lady contemplating on why she gets a different treatment. The siblings decide to go back to the 4th floor and perform the ritual, offering the soul of the other warden in the building.
They're so based. This is the right way to make deals with demons. You call a demon and they say, "What is your sacrifice?" And then you're like, Jeff Bezos. Like, no!
In return of asking the demon to free them. They threaten the lady from room 302 with the cleaver knife to lure the other warden to room 405, where the ritualistic circle is drawn so they can perform.
See, they're ethical because they could have just killed the lady, but no, they didn't want to. They would rather kill the warden. They're so ethical and cool.
Perform the ritual. Andrew stays behind, keeping the lady hostage, while Ashley goes up to finish what they planned. As the demon is summoned, Ashley offers the soul of the warden, which in
the warden comes in and she says, "I
return,
offer his
the
soul."
demon provides her with an item which gives her the ability of seeing future.
Human with tar-colored soul, I give you this.
In occasional dreams.
Hold on for an occasional clairvoyant dream. That's the most bullshit random RPG item in a video game I've ever heard in my life, but I'm for
The demon
it.
also makes a noteworthy remark that Ashley's soul is dark as tar, something that we are already fully aware of based on her previous actions.
Yeah, she's pretty evil, I guess.
Manipulative tendencies, disregard to innocent lives, and narcissistic behaviors.
Tar-colored soul. Brother. So apparently this game is continuing. This is the ending of the first chapter of Coffin of Andy and Leyley, I guess. Can I just say right now, my guy here, Gamer Salt, dude, actually did such a great job with this video. Like, such a really good job. I mean, let's still see what we got, but just saying. Check him out.
He goes down planning to kill the hostage lady for no reason. She comes to the scene
What?
of...
She be nutty, fucking nutty. I can fix her.
For no reason.
I can fix
She comes
her.
to the scene of the lady being killed by Andrew, and
Dude, she looks bored. She's not like disappointed or anything. She's like, oh man.
he let go of her as he thought she wouldn't be any longer a threat, but she tried to use a nail gun on him, which he was quicker, killing her before getting
Self-defense, self-defense, so base, so true, so base, self-defense.
shot. Ashley, being her manipulative and disgustingly jealous self, makes remarks that Andy thought that she
You said she was pretty. Oh my god, this is actually unhinged.
was pretty and wanted to have his way with her. That's why he,
Lady, you be crazy.
which of course gets under the skin of Uneasy to gaslight Andrew. Ashley, being her usual narcissistic, overly and weirdly jealous self that Andrew could potentially be attracted to girls, she loses
Oh my god, dude, this is just yandere oreimo. What am I watching right now?
it and makes it weird about herself that his priorities should be about her, being very weird indeed.
Andrew seems like someone that's just easy to be gaslit and manipulated, just like, you know, your average dude. And she is like manipulative and easy to offend and antagonize, and her ultimate defense is just gaslighting. So basically your average woman. No, I'm joking, it was a joke, guys, it was a joke.
And possessive. Andrew, having enough of how weird and intrusive Ashley is of his love life, explains that he knows
Alright, here comes the incest plotline.
that she harassed his
Blow it out your ass.
ex-girlfriend, and that's why she broke up with him. This
Oh, what? So the girlfriend didn't just break up because he was quarantined for months. The girlfriend broke up with him because Leyley harassed her until she had no choice. Dude, she'd be crazy. What? I don't know if I can fix her, guys.
revelation doesn't faze Ashley at all, who seems to be even proud about what she did. Andrew
What? She told you? What a tattletale. Oh my god, what the frick?
clearly uncomfortable of how intrusive Ashley is, complains
You're better off without loose-lipped whores like that. Bro, what? She's so crazy. What the frick? I am so uncomfortable.
about it
Like,
when
the
she
crazy thing is, there are people like this. I don't know about siblings, but there are people like this.
brings up the worst case scenario that he wouldn't care if she died, just to make it all about herself and wanting all the attention to herself, not letting Andrew have a normal, healthy
Bet you'd love it if I killed myself then. That is the most manipulative fucking shit in the world. And people have said that to me.
アウラ自害しろ
Me, Aura, kill you. I'm sorry, I love that clip.
life. That's when Ashley starts to blame everything that happened on Andrew, killing the lady, the warden, and desecrating the corpse of their neighbor, even though the mastermind was always herself. She even goes so far as to blame the death of their childhood friend on Andrew, on how she's
The girl that they locked in the box actually died. Dude, it feels like it's almost unnerving how manipulative she is. Because on the one end, this is a video game about people being trapped in a house, being forced to be blood donors and shit. But I think the, by far, most striking part about this entire story is the actual levels of manipulation and gaslighting going on, when in reality, this could be a real person. Like, I think there's always that part of you that when you see a fictional character being crazy, you can always, you know, rationalize, well, it's a fictional character. It doesn't affect the real world. But when you see someone manipulating people like this and you realize, wait a second, this could happen.
suffocated on the box, which Ashley wanted her to be in, manipulating
Oh my god, they actually killed the childhood friend.
a stupid Andrew to be an accomplice. This reveals
This is such a powerful, like, actual relationship dynamic. I just, like, did a whole deep dive in the Illuminati drama. I don't know if you know/care, but Illuminati is a YouTuber, is allegedly going to court over her ex-boyfriend, who's 8 years younger than her. She was 28 and he was 20, and she manipulated the fuck out of him, allegedly. That she would convince him to make investments and buy houses and cars under his own name because he had a better credit score. And, you know, and he did all that for, you know, for his girlfriend. But since he was actually the one paying and didn't have the money, and she was 28 and had a functional YouTube channel, she would lend him the money. And she ended up with a ledger of where he owes her about $200,000 to $300,000 that he has no means of paying back. And she's actually suing him over that money. It's kind of crazy how, like, the whole manipulative concept is real. And that's why it's so scary when you see characters that can manipulate so effectively.
Ashley's twisted and sick mind on how narcissistic she truly is, only caring about herself and twisting reality and facts to manipulate people. It was never about her loving Andrew. She had a
You backpedaling fuck of a brother. Holy shit. She is living in her own universe.
Sick and twisted obsession to be his number one, to be the center of attention, even if that meant that she would take the place of Andrew's intimate partners. She goes on how Andrew is a failure and a mess, having no one but her to listen to and talk to, having Andrew at her fingertips to play with as she pleases. The siblings have an intense argument, with Ashley being threatening, which ends with Andrew wrapping his hands around her neck,
oh my god, dude. You can't do it. Haha. What the frick am I looking at?
choking her, but soon he lets go, saying she wants to leave this place with him. She then mentions how she lacks any compassion or remorse for the passing of the innocent girl in their childhood, even till now, as no one ever found out it was them. Ashley—
Wait, no one found out about the... No one caught them, so she's happy? Bro, that's how I feel about, like, you know, people that can defraud the government. Like, if you could fucking get away with not paying taxes, if you can get away with it, hell yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Getting away with murder? You're proud of it because you got away with it? What? What is that?
being obsessive and controlling is still in her dreams of being adventurous like they used to be as children, being completely insufferable. They then go to the second floor, where they use a carpet to climb down the window to the street. The siblings contemplate about their future.
They made it out, bro. They made it out. They actually freaking made it out.
How they could live, thinking of changing place to place, living an isolated life, or something else. When Ashley tells Andrew about the item that she got from the demon that would give her visions of the future.
Let's go.
The siblings then get on a bus and leave the place for good, leaving everything behind.
Dude, the only thing scarier than like a narcissistic, psychopathic, pathological, lying, manipulative, vindictive bitch is one that can also see the future. Oh my god.
With the sister being her usual toxic, possessive self, not wanting Andrew to find any partner and only being with her. With the stupid Andrew conforming to her ridiculous and manipulative demands.
Oh my
Now,
god.
a
Dude,
few major—
here's the thing. Once you start falling for some gaslighting, you can never stop getting gaslit. It's, dude, like, they're really making this cycle of trapping Andrew so well. It's like, if you get manipulated and gaslighted into do something wrong that causes someone's death, you are stuck forever following in that path. You can never get out. Bro, Leyley could freaking send Makima for lessons. She could teach her how to manipulate people. You can never escape from that web, because if you do, that means you have to acknowledge all the things you've done in the past were not your own actions.
aspects of the story are left unexplained. To start with—
What are you talking about, Nux? Gaslighting isn't real. Thanks, chat. Thanks, chat.
the relationship between Andrew and Ashley was pretty weird.
What? No, that's too weird.
Safe to say Ashley acted very strangely, getting extremely jealous every time Andrew had a girlfriend. She was so possessive and toxic to the point of wanting to kill any girl, even having a crush on him. But Andrew is not all innocent here, despite what it might appear. In fact—
That's another crazy truth. If you're manipulated and gaslighted into doing horrible things, you did those horrible things. You have free will. You can make your own decisions. And just because you were manipulated and gaslighted into thinking that's the only option, that doesn't mean that you're absolved from these crimes. It's so dark and twisted, and honestly, such a really great perspective on this entire story.
enabler, letting Ashley continue on her parade of toxicity. Maybe even deep down, Andrew liked it, how jealous and possessive Ashley was about—
Oh my fucking god, dude. This is just, this went from a deep dive into the mind of the manipulator into a deep dive into the mind of the manipulated. Some people feel safe being manipulated and being able to blame their courses of action on the manipulator.
She demanded from him. That includes killing an innocent, young child whose only sin and crime was liking a sick and twisted Andrew. The relationship gets even weirder when Ashley makes very inappropriate remarks, which I won't show, not for YouTube to take the video down, of course.
Okay, now I have to know what those are.
I couldn't help but feel there's more to the story of their relationship than just typical siblings. The way Ashley acted, she seemed like she didn't love Andrew. She seemed to be obsessively in love with him. It also didn't help that they didn't have a strong support from their parents, who abandoned them to rot in the quarantine.
Yeah, dude, they had literally the most fucked up life I've ever seen. Dude, the whole parent shit. Honestly, this game is actually fantastic. Like, it literally is a blend of, like, society manipulating you, a sibling manipulating you, your parents manipulating you. I guess this is the ultimate fatherless behavior game of all time.
Apartment block. Even though authorities suggested any outside interference would be faced with lethal punishment, parents' love would overcome any fear of death or persecution. Either way, the siblings' love for each other, despite how toxic and inappropriate.
Don't tell me that. Wait. My guy, Gamer Salt. You aren't gonna say despite how toxic it is, it's beautiful that they have each other. No.
Was seemingly stemmed from the lack of love they received from the parents, thinking they are the only ones that they could rely on.
True. I mean, obviously, this is just bad parenting 101, letting your sibling kids be that fucking close, I guess. Listen, I have a very, very hot take when it comes to most situations like this, and that is, if they're children, it's probably the parents' fault. 99.9% of the time. You cannot blame the kid for being a psycho. People love shitting on me for this take, but I just think if they're children and they're crazy, and they're doing awful things, it's probably the parents.
Now, something that was quite ambiguous was the apartment building and the entire parasite-infested water story, which didn't make much sense.
Yeah, the parasite-infested water story seems like a cover just to, like, harvest the organs of these shitholes.
Even the siblings started to question the legitimacy of the story. First off, after being trapped in their apartment for over 3 months, they didn't experience any symptoms of the disease, which indicates they didn't really have any infection. Secondly, they were completely cut off from making any contact with any friends or family or the outside world.
Yeah,
regardless
it's
to
rough
how
out
contagious a disease could
Mom,
be.
stop calling me. Oh my god, dude.
Never jump from one person to another from a simple phone call, something the siblings didn't have the privilege of.
Wait, they're not trusting the experts? How could they not trust the experts? Guys, the experts will never lie to you. The experts always know the right thing, and don't hold things close to the chest about this. Yeah, guys, escape from the Matrix. Don't believe anyone.
TV announcements also were clearly pre-recorded and broadcasted at specific times for the prisoners to further spread the propaganda. Each apartment door is labeled with the resident's blood type, with the universal donor blood type O having a lot of privilege, getting unlimited supplies, while other blood types being left to die, such as AB, which are universal recipients, meaning they can't donate to majority of people.
Yeah.
So the lady from room 302 who was spoiled, overfed, and let to do anything she wanted could possibly be a universal donor with blood type O. Therefore, by the looks of it, it seems the authorities...
I love how he blurred the stock photo of the doctor that he got off Google Images. What a legend.
These were running some sort of cruel experiment on these people, lying to them that they are being quarantined due to infected. They were treated differently based on how easily they could donate their blood, or even more twistedly, their internal organs. So maybe these individuals were selected to supply elite members of society with spare blood.
Members of society with spare blood. I'm just saying that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Blood isn't that hard to come by. Everyone's got it. It's literally free.
And organs in case that they needed them. As typos could donate to a large number of people, they were well taken care of, while ABs who couldn't donate to majority of people were left to their own device to whether survive or die. But most importantly, not to waste supplies on them, with both siblings being AB, hence why they were left to starve.
I'm just saying, bro, it feels like maybe it's demon stuff. Maybe it is demon stuff. We'll see it in the next chapter, right? There's more chapters. This was just the first chapter of the story. So I'm invested, and I will be following up maybe if this video gets 10,000 likes.
Ability that the parents were even on it, hence why they didn't want anything to do with the siblings anymore. There are more things happening in the story as well, such as summoning a demon and cannibalism, which makes the universe of the game that much more complex.
Okay, the cannibalism part is not that complex, all right? People are hungry, they had no food, they ate a guy. Listen, happens to all of us. But the demon summoning thing, yeah, that's wild.
A universe where demons are real and can be summoned using a simple instruction for dummies book, which leads to Ashley getting a supernatural ability of having visions about the future, which we didn't see how it would work in this game. She even gets told by the demon how dark her soul is, something that she is clearly aware of but doesn't have any remorse about. There might be a sequel to the story as it...
Chapter 2 is actually out already, and apparently it was so crazy that they doxed the fucking game dev, which is so sad.
This was a build-up to the main story, with this game acting as an introduction to a more complex and large universe. There's also a lot of foreshadowing in the game that Ashley would surely get what she deserves after locking their friend in a box, which led to her death. In a twisted turn of events, fate played a fair game of locking both Andrew and Ashley in a bigger book.
That's true. Good analysis there. Yeah, the coffin of Andy and Leyley is literally the house that they were trapped in.
For their own death, but
I'm on Pippa's side regarding hating on Twitter mobs. Bro, Pippa's very based. From the clips I've seen of Pippa, she's awesome. She's actually one of my favorite VTubers. She's incredible. Twitter people gotta calm down. Like, honestly. I feel like a lot of people think that because they have very little power in their real life, they could have power on the internet by simply, you know, doxing somebody. And that's horrible. That's awful. Doxing anyone is bad. I'm not gonna mention who it is for privacy purposes, and I don't want you to search it up. But there's a like a commentary VTuber type channel guy that ended up getting doxed, and that's horrible. Even if you don't like the guy, how could you do something like that? Doxing is it's a terrible practice. It's like an actual crime in a lot of places, and it should be actually actionable. The issue is so many people online are anonymous that they can commit these crimes and not actually feel any repercussions for it. Doxing is awful, no matter who it is you're doxing. It doesn't matter how much you dislike the guy.
Simply, they managed to escape and change their own doomed fate. Alright folks, that's about it for this video. What are your thoughts and opinions about the...
My thoughts and opinions are that, damn, I will definitely be following up for the sequel if this video gets 10,000 likes. And I will also be very happy to announce the go follow Gamersalt. That was a great video. And apparently Gamersalt actually already did a episode 2. Thank you all so much for being here. It was a great time. We all love that. Go watch my analysis on Evil Morty on my main channel. I can fix her +L +ratio.
Like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. Stay weird, fam.